this was the first car that we got in our house. Before that, my dad used to ride a scooter. Actually, my dad came from a very rich family. He went to college also in cars and all. But then he wanted to be on his own, and there was some mystery there. So for some time we didn't have a car, and then this was bought. It was like a big thing, कि हमारे घर पे गाड़ी आ गई जी.
What year was that?
This was 1989, 1990, 1989, and it was like, those days in India, if you have a car versus you don't have a car, you sort of look at yourself slightly differently. Now everybody has a car. It's not a big deal. Those days it was a really big deal. So some 10, 11 years after that, 12, 13, 12 years after that, we came to Delhi. I got married and I bought a Zen. And that Zen fucking got stolen within 30 days of buying it, And by then my dad had already bought another car. So this came from Bangalore to Delhi. And then this became like my car.
So your dad gave it to you?
My dad gave it to me.
Because your car got stolen?
Because my car got stolen and this was spare. So he says, le jao. He put it on a truck. 3-4 days later it was here. And me and my wife, we didn't have kids then. We were only 26, 27 years old. Living in Delhi, first job. We were starting our life. So on this car, we have explored all the North India that we could have explored in the 5 years. We went to China border, we went to we would just leave on a Friday from our offices and then decide on the way kahan jana hai rukne ke liye. So I'm very emotionally attached to this car for various reasons. In a way, it was the first car of the house, first car for me. My brothers also, I think they drove it. It's been in the family for so many years. And then it was totally rotting away. Last 10 odd years, it was completely rotting away and we didn't know what to do with it. So when we decided to come to Bajket, we said, hey, we need a vehicle for the boys to, run around, bring stuff, go to Ramnagar. Not for picking up guests or anything like that, but just for odd jobs. So Lohani said we'll put one Maruti Alto or something like that. And then we got this idea, let's restore this. We restored it, brought it to Delhi, drove it from there and brought it here. And the best part is occasionally I can drive it when I come here, So, yeah, that's the story of this. I love it. I love the fact that we've restored it, and I'm looking forward to making it much better and smoother with Akil's help.
So, is this the same engine still?
It's the same engine. It's before the CRDI technology came, Mahindra used to basically use the tractor engine that they had, and they used to put it in their Jeeps. It has an old tractor engine. It has 4 gears. Top speed is, back in the day, it used to probably go up to 80 kilometers per hour. But now I think 65, 70. And this is an automatic car, Naveen.
How's that? I can see a manual lever.
Yeah.
But I have not seen you touch it.
You haven't seen me touch it. You haven't seen me touch the clutch also. Because if you put it, so the first gear you never need to use. It's just for moving ahead. Second gear maybe occasionally. And third gear, you can take it entire RPM range. You can stay in the first gear, especially for the hills. So from the lowest to the highest speed, you don't have to change the gear. Uphill also. I just left the uphill. Yeah. So the low end torque is very, very high. It's a tractor engine, right? So the low end torque is very high and it's very flat. But obviously there is no high end into it. It's a 4 gears and all that. There's something very nice about it. I don't know exactly what it is. Something very nice. Smiles. The moment they see it, everyone has a smile on their face. ये कहाँ से आ गई? Whenever you take it somewhere, everyone is asking you questions about it. ये कहाँ से आई आपके पास? किस साल की है? कैसे इतने सालों चली है?
So what are your plans with this car?
Now I want to improve it a little bit because the restoration job that we did in Bangalore, we just said कि इसको चालू कर दो टायर वायर चेंज कर दो, इसका हमने सस्पेंशन वगैरह ऑब्वियसली चेंज कर दिया। इसके डिफरेंशियल में एक स्टार समथिंग आता है, इट्स वेरी क्रिटिकल पार्ट विच कीप्स गेटिंग स्पॉइल्ड। इट्स कॉल्ड अ लट्टू और अ स्टार, आई डोंट नो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इट इज। तो वो फैब्रिकेट कराना पड़ा टू गेट इट गोइंग, बट like when I'm driving it, it feels a little squeaky and the body seems to be withering away. So I think we need to get a good job done on the body so it feels very tight. You don't feel this looseness in the car and really make it good for next 40 years. Like till I'm alive, hopefully for 40 years I should be alive. So it should be good enough to last the journey. And it'll be fun to restore it even better and maybe make it into like a very luxury Mahindra or something. Probably 4 lakh kilometers. I don't know what the life of these things is. But I've heard people like million miles and all that on one engine, so why not? See, like my Fortuner here right now, I would have had to drop a gear. But I'm still in third. I've not done anything.
What is the price if somebody wants to buy it from you?
Priceless. I don't want to sell it at all. I don't need the money, right? So, but yeah, if someone gives me like some crazy amount of money just to make me sad, then that's a mean bastard, right? Like they say, everything has a price. So yeah, if somebody gives me like 20 crores or something like that, I'll hate him, I'll take the money and give the car. Probably try to poison him and get the car back in some other day. देखो जैसे यहाँ पे ना
थर्ड गियर में चल रही है।
अगर I totally slowed down, I left the throttle. But the thing is, if I दबाव it, right, if I floor it, it will not pull. I just have to like lightly, you know,
Sustain.
stay in, yeah. It's like a steady RPM.
What's your family's point of view in this car?
Everyone loves it. You know, my daughters who, like, they were not there, right, when this car was there. They have seen it in all our pictures of our travels. And my wife used to also drive it. And we had this famous saying that इसमें power steering हाथों से आती है. We used to always say. And my dad used to say that कि हाँ इसमें power steering है, इसमें power steering है. ये joke था हमारे घर का. तो फिर ये था कि मतलब इसको you need to be like a macho kind of a guy to drive it. And between the 3 brothers, I was the first to get married. And my wife, she's a very, you know, homely, traditional kind of person. She's a bit of an enigma. And she said, yeah, I'll drive it. And we were all like, अरे तुम कैसे चलाओगी? You know, this is a tough car. You know, you need power steering. And she drove it. She drove it every day to work. She used to drop me, and then she used to go to work. And she used to come and pick me up. So she drove it every day. So the girls have seen pictures of this car. Look, my dad and all are obviously very attached to it, but for the reasons I said. But children, you know, they get memories of their parents and grandparents, and they actually become their own memories. A lot of your memories, no, they won't be yours. They'll be stories you've heard from your grandparents and parents, and you will almost think like they are your memories, and then you will transfer it to your children, and the cycle continues. So they feel the same connection to this car. And I told you yesterday when I came here, I told my wife we reached safely. Her first question was, Armada kaisi hai? Almost as if it's a relative, you know, you're asking ki wo kaisi hai, mami or chachi. You know? So her first question was, ki bhaiya, Armada kaisi hai? I love this car, man. My first car. Yeah. The moment they see it, no, everyone has a smile on their face. ये कहाँ से आ गई है?